Let's see. Peace, 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 family. How we doing out there? How we doing out there? How we doing out there? Let me know if I'm live. Let me know if I can be heard. Let me know if I'm clear. Let me know if the screen also is clear. Let me see. That's not the first story we're running with. This is going to be the first story we go with. This is the first story we're rocking with right here, right now. Real quick, let me go and grab up the fact that I'm live and share it with the people so they can tune in with us. Family, if you can, please help assist me in sharing this out. Please help assist me in sharing this out. Please help assist me in sharing this out. Let me go let the people know that I'm live right now. Going a little bit early on this hump day. It's Wednesday hump day. Could be a pump day, maybe a slump day. You never know. We're gonna see here in a minute. Check out the charts. In fact, that's what I need to do. Let me get my top 10 pulled up. Right now, Bitcoin at $13,001, Ethereum at 307.84, Bitcoin Cash 414, BSV 198, XRP down to 38 cents. The rest of the market seems to be bleeding out while Bitcoin is holding its gains around that $13,000 mark. I don't know, that may be a sign, maybe a symbol the individuals may want to reassess. Are they still bullish? Are we losing momentum? What do we think is going on in the market right now? We're going to run through all that, see how everything is looking in today's show of Coffee and Crypto to Bitcoin Block. But let me go ahead and get this shared out on a couple of social media platforms, as well as get my podcast started up. Let me give a grand rising out to any and everybody that's tuning in right now. And as I said, family, if you can, please help assist me in sharing this out. Please help assist me in sharing this out. Let's see. Let's get these charts pulled up top. I guess we can look at my trades then, since it doesn't want to show me. I wonder why I can't see the top 10 though. Let me see. Let me look at my. Let me stroll through my bookmarks real quick, because I know I got the top 10 in here. Here we go. Here we go. This is exactly what I was looking for actually. Let me give this a second to load up while people tune in. Let me give this a second to load up while people tune in. Also, family, if you can, please let me know if I can be heard. Let me know if I can be heard. Grand Rising, Brother Coran, Sister Joseph, Brother Durst, Brother Thornton, Brother Vanderpool. How's everybody doing out there on the Facebook side of things? Let me tune in over here on the YouTube. Tune over here on the YouTube side. Family, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if I'm clear. For those tuning in both on Facebook and YouTube, let me know if it's choppy at all. Still waiting for everything to come in and load up. Also, let me get this podcast up and running. So those that can't watch the show can tune in later on and listen while they work, listen while they drive, listen while they study. Let's see. Now, why isn't this one? Let's publish this. What's today? The 10th. So this was 7, 9, 19. I believe this was from yesterday. Maybe Mondays. I'll skip that. I'm posting this. All right, now let me get a new one started up. New episode. There we go. Peace, 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 Queen. How we doing out there? We got a couple of individuals tuning in right now on YouTube. If you can, go ahead and give a shout out. Let me see who I got tuning in with me. Let me know if y'all can see everything clearly. As we can see, Bitcoin the only thing right now in the green as far as we looking at the charts out of Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash right now. Bitcoin seems to be taking the majority of the funds that's coming into the space right now, which is a good thing. Said I'm all clear over here. Cool, cool, cool. Let me see. Let me get myself started up over here on the podcast as well. What time is it? 7:45, 7:44 in all actuality. Two of my most favorite numbers, the 7 and the numbers 44. So I think this is a good start. I think we're gonna rock with this. Bitcoin reclaims 13,000 with 3 and 1 is 4. So let's do it. 444. Get my podcast started and reintroduce myself. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. This is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, Bitcoin block bully, coming to you once again with an early rising show of coffee and crypto. How we doing out there, everyone? We got a couple of stories coming through by way of Cointelegraph and CoinDesk. Also, we're going to take a look at step back and take a look at the market, seeing where we could be headed. Right now, pretty much the rest of the market is in the red, while Bitcoin is in the green. Bitcoin up 4.96%, damn near 5% within the last 24 hours, while everything else is in the negative. While everything else is in the negative. Let me see. Let me find my headphones. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. And those aren't going to work. It's all good. I'm pretty sure I can be heard clearly right now. Let me set the phone up. Let me set the phone up a tad bit differently, just so that I can ensure that I'm going to be at least heard clearly enough. So for those that be tuning in on the New Money Matrix podcast, Grand Rising, how we doing out there? We are streaming live right now on YouTube and Facebook, as well as recorded New Money Matrix podcast. For the those that want to listen on later on, may want to get a recap, may not want to have to watch the full show, but just get a couple of jewels here and there. Let me see, what is that? We'll slide a stop down around. Okay. For some reason the screen's going in and out over here now. Let me see. Let me try to correct that. There we go. All right. Now, if I can be heard on all platforms, we're going to go ahead and kick this off with our first story. Bitcoin reclaims that $13,000 mark as the New York Fed says recession risk highest since 2008. Now, for anyone that's been tuning in for the show, tuning in to the podcast, live shows for any amount of time, you will know that I've talked about the financial crash of 2008. In fact, I go into that in my book, being that was the whole reason that Bitcoin, so says the story, the legend, whatever you want to call it, that cryptocurrency was created out of that financial crisis of 2008, where the banks failed and had to be bailed out by the taxpayers' funds, i.e., you and I. Now we're back. Bitcoin's climbing once again, back, and it's oddly enough, it's been damn near 10 years. Well, we're going on 11 years now since that that whole fiasco. For an inside look on what happened within that space, you can check out the movie, real interesting movie called The Big Short, where individuals shorted the housing market, where it was being overinflated and no one thought that it could crash, which led to the banks having to get bailed out, yada, 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 yada. But definitely an interesting flick if you're interested in this type of stuff. So let's go ahead and get onto the story real quick. Let me check and make sure that I can be heard on all platforms. Let me see. Zigzag, what's going on? Peace, family, peace. You said everything's clear over here. Okay, got my man's over here. He said I'm clear. Slide over here on the Facebook side of things and make sure I'm clear over here. Miss Camacho, how we doing? Miss Davis, peace. Brother Wheeler, what's going on? Who was that? Miss Galalo. Miss Mascolo. Miss Mascolo. Miss Mascolo. There we go. If I pronounced it and butchered the name, I do apologize. I do try to speak adequately and correctly. All right, so it says Bitcoin hit 13,000 again on July 10th as the 2019 bull market delivered fresh reasons to celebrate for traders and hodlers alike. That pretty much looks like the scene right now, ain't it? The only difference is Leo's not up anymore and a couple other currencies aren't up. Data from Coin360 showed BTC USD hitting 13,130 in early trading Wednesday, the pair reclaiming almost $1,000 in 24 hours. The past days have surprised markets, with analysts previously warning a major correction should set in after Bitcoin loses below 11,450. They go on to state, now sentiment is trending to the upside, with regular commentator Josh Rager eyeing July's monthly close as a significant yardstick for price. The monthly close is still a few weeks away, but you can't deny the bullishness if Bitcoin can close above the previous all-time close at 13,863. He wrote on Twitter as 13,000 return. Let's slide over, take a look at my actual charts using TradingView and take a look at Bitcoin. Just wait for things to pop up. Miss Cameron, how we doing? Grand Rising, Queen. Peace, peace. Miss Tammy, how we doing? Grand Rising. All right, let's go slide and take a look at BTC. Let's go hit our charts. So what we're doing now is pulling up a social media, well, I ain't gonna say social media, a social platform for traders and investors called tradingview.com, tradingview.com, which allows you to look at a number of different traded assets, be it indices, commodities, precious metals, forexes, digital currencies. What you're looking at right now is a customized trading chart put together by me, which has certain signs and symbols to it, which some call technical analysis, that gives you an outlook, a certain perspective of what could possibly happen within the market price action of any one currency or any one asset, let me say. Now, this isn't just tied to just Bitcoin. We could easily come over here, type in Nike. Right now I got it set on cryptocurrency, so we can come over here, we can hit stocks, we can look at Nike Inc. on the New York Stock Exchange, and we can easily look at Nike in the same platform. In fact, if we go back on a weekly and we look, I do have a bit of technical analysis done on Nike. This was done last year around the time when the whole Kaepernick fiasco was going on, and I had a family member that wanted to invest in it. And what I did was pull the swing low to a swing high, show them that they should wait for a correction to come in before they do it. And the correction did come, retraced down 50% of the way, as you can see, before bouncing back up to the previous all-time high, taking a rejection back down once again. Look to the 236, almost like clockwork, bouncing off of that 236 Fibonacci retracement level and then proceeding higher, cracking the last previous high, and right now sitting at a price of $88 and what is that? 4 cents. Oh shit. Hey, when I tell y'all that them fours followed crazy, 88.04, 44.44, it's crazy. But let's look at it like this. Let's get rid of all the noise. Let's put it on the monthly. Right now, Nike is trading. Let's see. Hold on. Look at that. Nike. That's the perspective of Nike right there. But peep this out though. While some individuals are out there paying, $200-300 for their shoes, the stock's only going for $88. And look at the trajectory. This is 1984. Nike was selling at 10 cents. 1984. Came up at the bottom right here, $1.37. This was 1993. Shot up to $8.09. Broke back down. You hit a bottom right here at $3. We'll say, what was the bottom? $3.23. $3 in the year 2000. In the year 2000, Nike was $3.23. How much were we spending on Jordans around that time? Let's do the math. If we would have took the money that we would have spent on shoes in the year 2000 and just one pair of Jordans, we'll just do one pair of Jordans at $3, and we'll say the high of the day, which is $5, the high of the month. We'll say the amount of money we spent on Jordans in the first month of March, or the month of March, the year 2000, at $5 a share of Nike, right now selling at $88. What type of return would we have been able to bring back versus us, just having memorabilia sitting around the house? Oh, I remember I bought them Jordans back in 2000, whatever the case may be. This is why we got to change the way our thinking, what we value, what I'm saying, our blood, sweat, what I'm saying, our equity to go to. And it's back to regular. So, but yeah, you can use TA for any asset. For those that are gold bugs, we can look at gold right now. You can see gold right now having a nice rally coming up towards the 236, bouncing off of the 382. Very nice. Gold with a swing low, swing high, Fibonacci retracement down to the 382, which is around 1,044. Came up, found support at the 382, which is around $1,231. Consolidated, right? You had a top here at around 1,366. As you can see, constantly trying to break that. Now, the minute it did break it, you see it came back for a retest, or it's coming back currently for a retest on the monthly right now before it may exceed and actually breach the 236, which is at $1,461. Right now, currently selling at $1,410.59 an ounce. Now, let's take a look at silver. Silver not faring out the exact same way as Bitcoin is. In fact, silver at a low right now, trying to get its head above water. 236 comes in at $15.62. That is the price that has to be breached before silver. Well, what's that? $15.98. Yeah, you got to break that 236, possibly back test it. You tried it here, but it wasn't a strong enough rally. You quickly lost momentum and got dragged down by the 21-day EMA, which is an exponential moving average. Right now, that's being treated as your resistance. The 7-day moving average was trying to come through and pick it up. Price action wasn't good enough. Silver not selling good enough right now, but it is prime time, in my opinion, which is what I'm doing, to accumulate as much silver as possible while it does consolidate as these lows, and even go a bit lower, as it is a precious metal and it does appreciate over time. I got a positive outlook for silver, pretty much not the same as I do for Bitcoin, but I got a pretty good outlook on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a tangible asset individuals are familiar with versus you having to barter with something like Bitcoin, which they may not be familiar with. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Getting back into the story though. Let's see. Oh, that's what we're going to take a look at. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly real quick. Go back. Now, Bitcoin futures right now trading at 13,295 on the CME charts. Let's see. Let's look at, this is Coinbase. Let me see what we got going on over here on Coinbase. Well, I can show this now. This is a previous chart that I had for the Bit Patreon group, where and those that are part of the group can attest that before it hit any one of these areas, that all this, the risk zone, stop zone, buy zone was set up pre-market, meaning pre where we're at right now. Pretty much I've had these charts set up for maybe 2 weeks now. So looking at it daily. Nah, maybe about a week, maybe about maybe about a week and a half. Now looking at the weekly chart, we can see we do have a let me see. Previous weekly low was 10,778. What are they saying in their story? They're saying the monthly close is still a few weeks away, but we can't deny the bullishness. If Bitcoin can close above the previous all-time close at 13,863. 13,863. There it is. And that happens to be, let's see. Let's flip this around. See if we get any type of confirmation. And there it is right there. I don't know if y'all see that. Pay attention right here to where the Fibonacci retracement levels are at. I'm going to reverse this back, which now places your 1618, if I'm not mistaken, back in position towards a swing low. Now, if I reverse that, you now see the 1618 and hit exactly where that weekly high is. And once again, let me put this out there as a full disclaimer. First and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give you financial advice. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. I cannot give you tax advice. This is for any purposes only. This is for any purposes only. Also, no schooling, the certification, space I'm taught. So figured all this shit out on my own. So I didn't go to no school for this. So things that I'm saying may be incorrect to how somebody was taught in a school setting. That's okay. This works for me. Works for me. So that's in the break, the 1618. Now, heading right back over into the story. On high time frames will be clear skies with no price history, resistance overhead, only support. Countdown to July 31st. Right now it's July 10th. So there's BT had slipped slightly lower to hover around 12,950. Weekly gains are now at 12.9%. Wow, over the past month. This is just 1 month with Bitcoin. Investors have seen a 68 amount. You do know if we're accumulating Bitcoin between that time, you would actually multiply, or is it add the amount of Bitcoin you gained plus the dollar value that Bitcoin itself rose. You understand? The new price highs coincided with data showing the risk to the U.S., the United States. Remember, this is world news. This is not just for the United States. The new highs coincided with data showing the risk. You said I'm breaking up? They said I'm breaking up on YouTube. Let me know if I'm breaking up, family. If I'm breaking up. Let me see. Hold on, let me stop real quick. Let me make sure I'm clear on all platforms. Let me see what else close. Close everything. So let's close that. Let me see. Am I clear or am I breaking up on Facebook as well? Yes, I'm breaking up. Okay, so I'm breaking up on all platforms. How long have I been breaking up for? Let me know how long y'all been tuning in. Let me know how long y'all been able to listen. Let me know how I definitely heard clearly. If I have to restart, I will. If I have to restart, I will restart. So let me know how long. Let me know if it's still breaking up. Let me know if it's still breaking up. Okay, so I'm breaking up on both platforms. Okay, so what may need to happen, I may need to restart this. Let me see. Let me make sure all this is saved. Close that. Ah, you know what it is? I got the Brave browser running in the background. Let me close up the Brave browser. That is possibly the definite reason that it's freezing up right now. Let me close this Brave browser before I restart anything. Let me close this Brave browser. All right. Let me know if I'm clear now. Let me know if I'm coming in clear. Let me know if I'm coming in clear. Yeah, that might have been the Brave browser doing that. Peace, 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 Brother Tim. What's going on, Miss Camacho? Brother Ryan's Grand Rising. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Okay, so we should be clear now. Let me check over on YouTube. Let me see if I'm clear. You sound fine. You clear. You were in and out for a couple of minutes. All right, let me backtrack real quick. Let me backtrack to the story just a tad bit. I mean, it really wasn't saying nothing. Basically, the new price highs within Bitcoin coincide with data showing that the risk to the United States of entering a recession was now the most severe since the 2008 financial crash, which I speak about in my book, The Puzzle, the Enigma Behind Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency. The alarming findings came courtesy of Bloomberg journalist Tracy Alloway, who uploaded data from the New York's Fed recession indicator. Bitcoin, meanwhile, further regained a record share of the cryptocurrency market at a 65.1%, a figure not seen since April of 2017. So let's see. Hmm. Grayscale Trust doing decent. What am I looking for here? I'm trying to find. Not that. Let me see. I'm trying to find the dominance in Bitcoin. I forgot. I may have it saved. Let me check real quick. Let me actually have it. This is the liquid index for Bitcoin. Not what I was looking for, but gives you nonetheless an outlook on the rate at which Bitcoin is I was about to say declining, inclining right now. I mean, it's damn near full speed ahead right now. Do we have drawbacks and pullbacks? Of course. I mean, look at this strong pullback right here from 13,866 back down to 10,325. But that's after you've gone from $3,000 to $10,000. You understand what I mean? From 3,000 at the beginning of the year to $10,000 currently. I mean, 12,005 right now. But I mean, you get the drift in the idea. You know, right now, Bitcoin is the best performing asset, I think, in the traditional markets as of right now with returns since the beginning of the year. If I'm not mistaken, I may be incorrect. Let me see. Let's check that out. Let me see if I can find anything to corroborate that. Let's see. And sometimes I'm telling you, Google is your friend. You can just type in the most simplest thing. Man, Bitcoin brings back most gains this year. Let me see. Extends gains, price gains for streets and extend the longest. Regulation. We're not looking for that. Let me see. Let's look through the news. And see, they're going to show us all this new shit. 350 billion crypto market, highest since 2017. Probably not going to find it just, within a little couple of minutes and seconds that we got. So just moving right along with the story. Let me see. Altcoins were thus predictably in the red. Yeah, everybody talking about this altcoin season, and you should be buying altcoins right now. Look, never go with what the majority. I mean, it's two different majorities, just like it's people operating in the public and the private. You know what I'm saying? You do have a majority of people saying, oh, it's altcoin season, and you got another majority that's saying, man, it's bullshit, what altcoin season? You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin's on the rise right now. You putting your money into the alts right now, unless you're trading them against a USD or stable coin equivalent, will be suicide. Because you're not gaining anything off it right now. You're losing BTC in it and you're losing USD. So it's a lose-lose for you right now. One of the most asked about coins that I get from people that are just now getting into the space are Cardano. And their thing is, Cardano's low and I like the project and yada, yada, yada. And that shit's fine and dandy. But for an investor, what is that, ADA? Let's look at ADA. Let's look at ADA versus Bitcoin real quick. Let's look at ADA versus Bitcoin on Binance. Look at that. And we're just now hitting that other, look, weekly low. Look at this. What will make you invest in something like that? A name? You get what I'm saying? I understand trying to catch the dip, to catch the low. This isn't a dip, family. This right here is a slaughter. This is a failure as a financial asset as of right now. Until it picks back up, until it breaks to 236, I wouldn't even be having my eyes on Cardano. Now, this is what people are scared of. They're like, well, if I buy it now, right, and it goes to the 236, that's 162% profit in Bitcoin, mind you, in Bitcoin, not USD. That's 162% more Bitcoin I can have. That is true. That is if this is the bottom. But if you buy it here, right, and price action just continues to go lower, and you go down another 200%, then you're going to have to go up 200% before you even break even, meaning you're going to have to gain about 300 plus percent in order to get the original whatever percent you were looking for. You understand what I mean? So you trying to predict and buy bottoms and shit like this, not a good idea. Let them create their own bottom. Now, for anyone that wants a dollar cost average, I mean, shit, your dollar cost averaging is not working with this asset. Like I say, just because it has a name and whatever they may be doing over there, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even look at Cardano. Just because I come and I look at the chart and it's like, nah, this isn't none that I want to touch. I don't care what they have going on. Now, could this thing all of a sudden pop to the upside and everybody mysteriously and magically get rich off of it? Yeah, but I don't bet off shit like that. You understand what I mean? I don't bet off nothing like that. That's suicide. That's you hoping and wishing that you get an outcome, and then if it don't come, you understand what? Nah, I don't do none of that. So moving right along. Let me see. Where do we leave off at? Okay. Yeah, they said all coins are supposed to come, but almost all suffering losses as attention continues to focus on Bitcoin. Ethereum shed 2.3% to trade at 309, while others lost similar amounts. The exception was exchange's Bitfinex Uno said Leo token, which conversely gained several percentage points, and Tezos also performed better than most. Funny thing about that, anybody that's part of the Bit Patreon group, y'all already know both of those. Both of those are two of the coins that we actually have as targets with entries in the group. So kind of crazy that those two specifically are the two that were the exception to the rest of the market. Bit Patreon family. So yeah, that's the news as it relates to the price action with Bitcoin reaching that $13,000 price again. Right now, coming in, where's Bitcoin at? 13,026. Ripple at 39 cents. Ethereum at $3.07. Bitcoin Cash at 414. EOS at 582. Stellar Lumens at 9 cents. LTC at $1.18. Excuse me, $118. Tron at 3 cents. Cardano not looking good. Not looking good at all. Now, mind you, now let's go take a look at another outlook on Cardano though, because you do have a USD equivalent with Cardano. So let's look at Cardano versus Tether US on Binance, right? Now you see we got a different outlook over here, correct? Slide this over. Let's get rid of this. Right. Now, versus US dollars, right? Cardano has a fighting chance, actually a very nice fighting chance. Now, looking at the Stokes, you do have a bearish crossover that came in, what was this, on the 17th of June, which actually broke your 7-day moving average, which actually gave you a bearish outlook utilizing the MA and EMA crossover. Let me see, what else could we have possibly hit? Let's extend. So, keep this out. Swing low, swing high to swing low, which actually should have been right there. What was I using? Let me go to a daily. I couldn't have been using the weekly. Okay, so I was using this top. That's what I was going off of. So that was the swing low. So your 1618 is at 13 cents when you're trading Cardano versus USD. Now versus USD, what you're seeing happen was real quick. Let's open it up. You see, you came up. Not even really. You actually came up. You broke through the 236, shot up to the 382, came back down. Momentarily consolidated around the 236 before breaking back down, finding this lower level of support, breaking back up, getting rejected by the 236, coming down. Look at that catch up. Look at that pickup right there. Look, that was a damn nice catch by the 21-day EMA. You see that right there? Look at that. I mean, I probably can't see it. I want to, let me see. Maybe let me make these a little bit thicker also. There we go. All right. Real nice pickup right there. Real nice pickup. Which, because remember, you got rejected by the 236 here. You came back down and got picked up by the 21-day EMA. Now, on a smaller note, you can see the rejection level that came in at the 7-day EMA. So look, pick up by the 21, rejection by the 7. Look at that, real solid, real nice closure. Came down, got swooped up by the 7-day moving average. Now look at that. Connect, broke back down. 7-day moving average to come in, couldn't hold its gain, broke back down. In fact, if we place a level of support here, we can see that this does coincide with our previous support levels, which also coincides with the 21-day EMA, which it came back down to retest, even though it broke through on the wick. We had a body close and came back up, got rejected by the 21. Before you got this bullish crossover right here, the 7-day and the 21-day. And he broke the all. One very nice reaction out of fucking Cardano. Look at that. This is Cardano shit. Cardano went on a nice run. But back to what we was talking about though. And I can get sidetracked at times. Y'all gotta mind me. Let's see. Going over to the next story. U.S. lawmakers reintroduced the safe harbor crypto tax bill into Congress. Let's see what's going on this time. The United States Congressman Tom Emmer has reintroduced his safe harbor for taxpayers with forked asset bill, according to a press release published July 9th. The reintroduced version of the bill appears to have been published on July 3rd, based on the date printed within the document. Emmer initially announced plans for the forked asset bill in 2018 as a means to simplify tax laws pertaining to assets held on blockchains with hard forks. A hard fork on a blockchain splits the chain in two, with one path following the original protocol and another path diverging with different. Hey, look, the easy way to look at that, because that right there, just that one sentence I already know can lose an amount of people if they're not too familiar with the wordplay or the terminology that's utilized. What they're basically saying is how Bitcoin split up and then you got Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin split up and then you got Bitcoin Diamond. Well, I'm not even going to say Bitcoin split up. You have hard forks coming out of some of these currencies that create another opposite. It's a clone, but it's like Think of gremlins, right? Out of one, you get all those little offshoots of gremlins anytime he gets wet with water, and then all of them got their own little characteristics. It's the same shit with the hard forks. You know what I mean? In fact, I like that analogy. I'm gonna coin that and put that in a book. But it's the same thing. You get Bitcoin wet, and all these little gremlins start popping up. So now you got Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Cash, and then Bitcoin Cash fucked up and got wet. Excuse me. Bitcoin Cash ended up getting wet, and it hard forked. So now out of Bitcoin, you got Bitcoin Cash ABC, Bitcoin Cash SV, which is Satoshi's vision, and the list goes on of the way that hard forks happen. Now, the new path is incompatible with the original blockchain and does not regard as previously ratified transactions as valid. When we look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum actually is a hard fork of Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is actually the original protocol for Ethereum, or what you would call Ethereum. I don't know if anybody knew that. Let me make sure. Let me know if I'm clear. Let me know if I'm clear. I know I'm coming through clear on the podcast. The podcast is always clear. Grand Rising, Brother Andrews, Brother Jabari, Brother Lowry, Miss Brown. Who is that? Brother Sinoan and Brother Hatchet. What's going on? Welcome to the show. Let me see what I got checking in over here on the YouTube side. You sound fine. Hearing you okay. So I'm still fine. I'm still clear over here on YouTube, Facebook. I'm still clear before I proceed. Just give me a thumbs up real quick if you can. Give me a thumbs up. So all I need is a thumbs up real quick. From one side at least, Bitcoin, Facebook or YouTube. Just let me get a thumbs up from somebody so I can proceed. I hope that nothing's frozen. We're going on 42 minutes. Let me see what we got recording right now on New Money Matrix podcast. Let me see. There we go. We're running 35 minutes and 7 seconds on the New Money Matrix podcast. I do see a thumbs up coming on, what is this? Facebook. Okay, we do got thumbs up on Facebook. We do got thumbs up on Facebook. Let me check YouTube. We got thumbs up on YouTube also. So let's go ahead and proceed with the story. It goes on to state, Emmerly purportedly introduced the bill in order to foster blockchain industry growth in the United States by lessening the burden on businesses to figure out relevant tax laws. In Emmer's own words, taxpayers can only comply with the law when the law is clear. Interesting. And that's one fucking interesting quote for them to say that taxpayers can only comply with the law when the law is clear. How many of us right now, I mean, you ain't got to actually answer this. I'll be honest. How many of us understand the tax laws, the monetary law, the banking laws, even the systems as we know it right now, even though we're participating in them? How many of you understand why you pay taxes and where your taxes go to? Understand this: your taxes do not go to welfare recipients as you may think, or any of that other bullshit. Your tax dollars, which are just Federal Reserve notes, which are just bank notes, which are just debt notes, which just represent a discharge and offset of debt, actually go to pay off the national debt, which you can't opt out of if you are a 14th Amendment United States citizen. So, it's real interesting that he says that. Goes on to say, worth noting is that the Safe Harbor bill is not intended to eliminate taxes on a hard forked blockchain. Instead, the bill aims to provide a safe harbor to investors who don't properly account for a hard fork in calculating their tax returns. As previously reported by Cointelegraph, Congressman Emmer also recently reintroduced the bill to provide a safe harbor from licensing and registration for certain non-controlling blockchain developers and providers of blockchain services in January. In April, Congress Representatives Warren Davidson and Darren Soto, a co-sponsor of the foregoing licensing and registration bill, moved to reintroduce the Token Taxonomy Act, which I do have a full podcast on. I got a full video. Hold on, let me see. I was trying to bring up the iTunes version, but I guess I'll bring up the Anchor. Though I am available on a couple of different streaming platforms. And I'm gonna roll through and just show y'all a couple of episodes that you definitely want to check out. And the reason I opted out from getting any type of revenue from this is because what you got to do to promote. So I'm not promoting nobody else but myself. Now I do up to date have 4,605 total plays. I need to change this too, as I'm not utilizing that anymore. There we go. Oh, should have erased that too. It's all good though. So what we want to look for real quick is our episodes. This is available on Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm. Look for New Money Matrix. Let me see. Where are my episodes at? There we go. DeFi, new introduction to decentralized finance. That's an hour long. That was a real good one. That was a real good podcast. Definitely want to check it out. Like I said, this is also available on Spotify, iTunes, a couple other platforms. Compound Finance. Where's the one specifically I'm looking for though? I mean, even though I just posted about Kava yesterday, I did a story on XRP, Kava, and the decentralized financing back May. Back in May. It's July now. Let me see the story of future money, Digitex debacle, Pundi X. What are we looking for? The Token Taxonomy Act, decentralized finance, and the introduction to interdap and compound finance. What is decentralized financing? DAI, the ultimate stablecoin. This right here is one of the most important podcasts you can listen to over here. Banking the unbanked, sovereignty through blockchain. It's an hour and 44 minutes long. An hour and 44 minutes long, 5 and 2 is 7. Once again, that 44 and 7 coming through. This is definitely a must here. It should have way more than 46 listens, though that's still decent for me just starting this up. The digital tokenization of gold is another good one. There it is. The Token Taxonomy Act Prelude, which is 54 minutes long. And then I did HR 7356, where I broke down the whole Token Taxonomy Act, read it word for word. That's an hour. And then I combined the two. So you got about a 2-hour listen. Look for the Token Taxonomy Act full episode on the podcast. Very good listen, very good commentary. I believe it was me and brother D Duncan, who is a spokesman for the Pundi X platform, XPOS system. So definitely a must hear if you haven't yet. Let me see. They go on to say that they moved to reintroduce the Token Taxonomy Act. This bill, now listen, this bill would exclude cryptocurrency from security regulations and would similarly aim to simultaneously clarify and simplify regulatory compliance for blockchain-based businesses. So, fam, I mean, I've been talking about this stuff for over 2 years now, trying to get people assimilated into the system, letting them know that this. I mean, back when I was talking about it, there was none of this stuff in the news. Even though shit was going on behind closed doors that we didn't know about, none of this was out in the forefront. Whereas the American people or people worldwide could see what was going on. You know what I mean? As far as how they're campaigning for this thing, whether it's a yay or a nay. So keep that in mind. Right now, recording 41 minutes and 52 seconds, New Money Matrix podcast. How we doing out there, family? We're almost through the first half of the show. I just had to come over here and hit one more point before I moved on. There's over $1 million in loans are being minted on MakerDAO, and more may be on the way. 1 million. Okay. Huge loans are being originated on the Ethereum blockchain as we speak. Today, the 5th largest loan position on the MakerDAO system minted 1 million new DAI tokens. And that means they had to put up about 2 million in collateral. The transaction fee on the $996,216 loan was a mere 73 cents. Now, damn, I want to stop here and not even read the rest of this, because this is the, what should I say, the foundation of my decentralized finance workshops. This right here, when you get into banking, this $1 million loan that you just seen done for 73-cent transaction fee is exactly one of the things that I teach. I bet they're probably gonna take us to MakerScan. Let's see. Yep, makerscan.io, which you're allowed to look at different. Let's see what they're doing with this. This is 2 months. They've been doing this. This ain't nothing new. They've been playing with this for about 5 months. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. 5 months ago, they opened their CDP, right? They locked in 11,500 Ethereum, and they withdrew $380,000, right? Once again, they locked in 11,500 Ethereum, which allowed them to withdraw $380,000. What did they do? They looped, right? They withdrew 780,000, because this right here, even though it's broke down into different transactions, what this is called is a loop or a leverage long. What they did was they went long on Ethereum again. They took the leverage that they created with the extra ETH, which allowed them to loan themselves X amount of more DAI or debt, and were able to lock in $780,000, right? They looped again, created, so they went from 11,500 Ethereum to 18,500 Ethereum to 22,100 Ethereum. They went from 380,000 to 780,000 to 1,280,000. This is 4 months ago, though. So what they're speaking on right now, and I teach all of this. This right here, if you're looking like, man, what is all this? And they were safe up until, let me see, this right here, we probably had a drawdown right here where he was in the danger zone. And you can see what he did when he was in danger. Look, he instantly started wiping DAI. So what right here, what did he do? He wiped. Let me see. He went from 1,879,160 DAI. He went down to 1,779,160 DAI. Then he wiped himself down to 1,279,160 DAI until he got back in the safe zone. But he continued to wipe. He freed up 84,000. Paid that off. He was at 0%. Look at that. He had over 10,000 Ethereum in here and only had a loan out of 144 bucks. This was 2 months ago. Let's get on with the story. For those of you that have taken my collateralized debt position, my DeFi 1.0, DeFi 2.0, y'all should definitely be clapping your hands right now because it's getting the attention that I said months ago. For those that were part of the first class, I did my first class on DeFi where everyone was able to create a collateralized debt position on March 4th. We're now in July. So that gives you sort of an outlook of how far ahead I am here in the game sometimes when it comes to public versus private information. That which I share can be looked at as private because it's not out there for the public. My show is not part of any of these mainstream platforms. You understand what I mean? Anyways, it goes on to say it's not the first. The first loan issuing 1 million new DAI stablecoins was made in late June by the 7th largest collateralized debt position of CDP in the MakerDAO system. CDPs are essentially programmatic loans taken out by users who lock in holdings of ETH to draw out subsequent holdings of DAI from the MakerDAO system. The crisis is making large loans more common. Oh, hold on. Here we go. I would not be surprised to see a $3 million mint by the end of the year. Joe Quintilini, head of propriety trading at the MakerDAO Foundation, told CoinDesk, minting high dollar amounts has been steadily increasing over the past year. The total supply of DAI now stands at roughly 91 million and may soon exceed a record high of 95 million. But with a debt ceiling of 100 million DAI currently in place, that growth is not without potential repercussions. I think DAI supply will continue to grow as markets stay bullish. Michael McDonald, creator of DAI Analytics site MKR Tools, told CoinDesk, if it start hitting that 100 million and people still want to draw more DAI, you may have to really increase the stability fee. It all depends on what the governance decides to do about that. And what they're speaking on is that the system is ran by a governance system. For those that are the MKR or MakerDAO token holders, you're part of the governance system. So anytime there is a vote on something to go on within the community, you actually use those tokens to upvote and place a vote on upcoming events. The stability fee has been risen. When we first got into the space, March 4th, we had a stability fee, which was the interest that you paid of 1% APR. It was a 1%. We're now up to, I think, 11%, 12%. We went up to about 15%. They've since dropped it down to about 11 to 12%. Even though we've used a more user-friendly platform, being the Instadat platform, which is built on top of the MakerDAO protocol, MakerDAO being an open source protocol. So stepping back, the MakerDAO stability fee, hold on, where I leave off? Yeah, is an interest rate that all users are required to pay back into the MakerDAO system once they close out their DAI loans. The stability fee currently, it's at 18.5%, plays a crucial role in starving off supplies demand and restoring DAI's dollar valuation. So how would you calculate what 18.5%? Right now, if you loaned yourself $100, you would have to pay back $118.50. That's the fee. That is the interest that you would pay back on $100, $18.05 as of right now. Now, that's at the end of the year. What you did with that $100, right? If you were able to flip that $100 into, say, $200, right? You would still have to come back and pay that 18.5% if that was the current stability fee. Now, what to keep in mind is that the stability fee does fluctuate throughout the year. It could be higher, it could be lower. So keep that in mind also. My guess is that the price of ETH, currently 18.5%, plays a crucial role in starving off surplus demand and restoring DAI's dollar value. My guess is that the price of ETH has gone up significantly over the past few months. CDPs are heavily over-collateralized, so owners now feel comfortable drawing out more DAI against their ETH collateral. And I got one hell of a system where I ain't gonna say I've mastered this, but I'm gonna put a lot of time into this. Time to raise the ceiling. Given the bullish market trend, McDonald tells CoinDesk that MakerDAO token holders may soon have to consider increasing the hard supply cap on DAI, which currently sits at 100 million. This will all depend, McDonald says, on when multi-collateral DAI is introduced into the MakerDAO system. With multi-collateral DAI, users will be able to mint new DAI tokens by locking holdings of alternative cryptocurrencies just beyond Ethereum. And one of the top ones they've been speaking on over and over and over again, because I'm part of these these presentations. I'm part of the governance calls when they go live. The one currency that they continue to talk about as far as using in the MCD, the multi-collateralized, hold on. Let me show you right now. None other than the gold-backed digital asset, which was built, one of the first to be built on the Ethereum blockchain, the DGX token, which is backed 1 for 1, 1 gram of gold. Meaning the price does not fluctuate wildly like any other cryptocurrency that is not actually backed by a physical asset. This one currency is backed by a physical asset, which means it does not fluctuate. Only with the price of gold does it fluctuate. So just as an example of that, let's real quick, not to get deviated, let's take a look first at a gram price. See how much it is for a gram of gold right now. Probably about $45, $55, between 45 and 55 maybe. Per ounce, 1,300. Okay, so it's 44.88. Get the fuck. Part of my language family, but these 44s be following me. 7 and 1 is 8, which gives you 44. Right now, price per gram is 44.88. This should be real funny to me. 44.88 for price per kilogram. 44,884. 4484. That's interesting. Real interesting. Real damn interesting. So let's see what the price of Digix is right now. And this is why they're going to be using this as for the MCD, because it is tied to a physical asset. Digix gold. Hold on. DGX. Digix gold token. Here he is versus USD. So what we're taking a look at right now is the Digix gold token asset and looking for fluctuation in the market. And as you can see right now, we do have a huge pump here. That was, when was this? May 9th, 2019. Don't know what that can account for. But as you can see, this has been a pretty much stable asset. Meaning if you want stability, not price fluctuation, not high price increases, just stability, meaning you want your money to be somewhere stable. That's what they use gold for. Let me put this out there also. Even though gold is on the rise right now, you do not put your money in gold to make back, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% in a year or anything like that. Gold is a stability asset, meaning you put your money in gold to keep it at a stable, yet slightly increasing or decreasing price. Because you may have drawdowns in gold, but over the years, gold has been used so much that the amount of trust that we have in it is, yay high. Let me see how much time we have left. New Money Matrix podcast. Okay, 53 minutes. Let me finish up this story. But yeah, this is digits right here. So when they speak on multi-collateralized debt positions, that's the one of the currencies they speak on. It depends on how far along multi-collateral DAI is, said McDonald. If multi-collateral DAI is not going to launch until Q4 of this year, then I'd be all for raising the debt ceiling to allow for some amount of growth in the meantime. But ultimately, this decision, like the ones to increase the stability fee, are in the hands of the voters of the MakerDAO system, those who hold MKR governance tokens. Since the MakerDAO lending protocol went live on the Ethereum blockchain in 2017, the DAI supply has seen strong upward growth for nearly a year and a half. So much so that beginning in January, the stablecoin began trading at market prices below its targeted dollar valuation. Over the course of 4 months and 8 consecutive raises, the stability fee went from 0.5 to 19.5%. These increases did improve to retract DAI supply and raise stablecoin prices back to the dollar valuation. More recently, however, DAI supply looks to be back on the incline, and DAI prices as of this week are hovering at a 0.99% valuation across major cryptocurrency exchanges. Family, that is the first half of the Coffee and Crypto show. For those that are tuning in right now, in fact, let's go take a look at MakerScan, the first page, just so I can break this down for the viewers and those listening in on the New Money Matrix podcast. So what MakerScan, how you want to look at MakerScan, you can look at MakerScan as the banking system. How this bank works, though, for every dollar that they have created, which is in the form of debt, which is how the United States dollar is created in the form of debt. It's not money, i.e., as you would think money is. It doesn't have an intrinsic value. It is actually just a representation of a debt. So when you give it to somebody, all you're doing is discharging or offsetting the original debt that was in play for the item or the service that you're doing. Now, not to get too technical about it, that means banks actually have no backing to back the dollar. But if they did, right, that's why we're insolvent. That's why we're 22 trillion in debt, yada, 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 yada. So with this bank right now, they have an issue collateral ratio of debt to collateral of 19.88%, meaning the amount of collateral they have versus the amount of loans they have out, right, is nowhere near becoming insolvent, meaning they don't have enough collateral to back the amount of loan. As we can see right now, the total Ethereum collateralized is 1,509,730.65 ETH. So let's take this number, right? And is it shown? Okay, copy. Let's go over here. Let's go to our cryptocurrency converter. I want to get this out before the end of the show also. Let's see. So let's see dollar amounts. Let's see how many dollars they have in Ethereum held in the as collateral. Now, mind you, this is the dollar amount with Ethereum at the current price of whatever Ethereum is, which we're going to check right now. Let's see. Let's look for Ethereum. There's ETH. Right now, one ETH is hold on. $310, 84 cents. One Ethereum is $310 and 84 cents. So that means what they have in here could equivalent to 469 million, so almost $500 million. No, yeah, no, yeah, hell yeah, almost $500 million. So $469,285,408 worth of Ethereum locked in this one platform alone. This is only one platform, family, just one platform, which was actually the MakerDAO system was actually thought about before the Ethereum protocol. Dig that. So out of that 469 billion, they only got 469 million, they only got 91 million out on loans. And these are CDPs that are being created, locked, draw, given, open. Somebody just opened a CDP 52 minutes ago. Let's take a look at 19,141 and see if they've done anything with it. So they put in 0.035 ETH in collateral. I'll say, so I can say right now I can tell what they're doing. They're testing this out. They put in a little collateral. They got a little bit of debt out. The liquidation price is 214. Right now they have no fees accrued because they just opened it. They issued a collateral ratio right now is at 46.23%. Right? They opened it. They locked in to 0.35. They withdrew to 0.5 right now, and they have it out on loan. Ethereum price right now is 308.97. And there you have it. That's a breakdown of a CDP. So when we look at the overall bank, This is the bank. For those that may not grasp the concept of the Ethereum as collateral. Just look at this as gold bars. Each one of these gold bars right now are worth $310. So right now they got $469 million worth of gold in their bank. And the amount of debt or the amount of dollars that they have circulating out in the world or out in their ecosystem right now is only 91 million. So remember this. We got $469 million worth of gold, only $91 million out on loan. So we were to renege on the 91 million and not pay back, or somehow they weren't able to pay back, we still would have more than enough money to cover that. Like I say, right now you're only in the 19.88% debt to collateral ratio. So family, that is the first half of the show. I'm going to go ahead and end the New Money Matrix podcast with this. In fact, hold on. Before I do that, we got 1 minute. Let me just run through some of the prices for those listening in. I just want to run through some of the prices. I got 1 minute to do this. Let me see if I can run through this real quick, just for the New Money Matrix podcast, and then I'm gonna come back and run through it for those that are viewing. Right now, we got Bitcoin coming in at 13,000, up 5.9%. Ethereum at 308, down 4.4%. Ripple at 39 cents, down 0.9%. Bitcoin Cash at $417, down 0.6%. Litecoin at $118, down 1.3%. Bitcoin Cash up 0.6%. EOS 585, $5.85, down 1.10%. Binance Coin $32.19, down 2.08%. Tether, which is the cryptocurrency equivalent to the United States dollar, is 99.44. It goes at 44 again. 99 cents right now, down 0.44%. Goddamn. 5 and 3 is 8 also. 5 and 3 is 8, which is 44. For those that might be new to this page, you already know I'm in the numerology. Coming in at number 9, we got Bitcoin SV trading at $200 even, down 1.7% within the last 24, though it's up 1% within the last hour. Coming in at number 10, and I'll leave it at that, we got Tron coming in at 3 cents, down 2.54%. That is your top 10 coins for those listening on the New Money Matrix podcast. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. I'm gone. And that was one hell of a closing for the New Money Matrix podcast. Let me go ahead and save this episode. Family, before we get into the second half, do we got any questions or comments? I know that was one hell of a first half of the show. I haven't been able to check any type of comments or anything. Thank you, Brother Boogie. Thank you. Send that to me. That'll definitely help in the Yes, sir. All well, Mo. What's going on, sir? Let me see. Coffee and Crypto, the Bitcoin block bully. Let me save this in on my podcast real quick. Family, do we got any questions or comments moving forward? Any questions or comments moving forward? Family, for those that are information that I'm bringing in, please hit the like and or love button, depending on how you're looking at this. Also, share this out before we get into this top 20. Share this out before we done, publish. I ain't putting no tags in right now. Skip. There we go. So the episode has been published. Okay, they said they're trying to reconnect over here on New Money Matrix on Anchor. They said I got bad connection on Facebook. I don't even anymore. Bad connection over here on Facebook. Florence, South Carolina in here, Grand Rising to the millionaires. Brother Douglas, what's going on? Miss Jackson, Brother Hatchet. Yeah, right now they're not. For those that are tuning in on Facebook, let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. For those tuning in on Facebook, let me know if y'all can hear me or see me. Street, what's going on? From and I got my with me. Can hear me? Let me know. See me? It does say it's to reconnect. So I don't know. It may be frozen. It may not. I'm gonna end it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna end it. I'm gonna keep rocking. You the one that kill me. Folks, you want to cute? I see here inbox. Miss Jones, how we Miss Mar Miss Will, peace. Great content as always. Facebook sounds in and Facebook sound is in and now. Facebook sound is in now. On Facebook, you can migrate, post the link, in fact, to YouTube over there. Copy. if you want, you can go to page. I mean, YouTube on Chicago Hustle on YouTube for those Facebook. What's going on Facebook? And maybe over. Yes, I am on. Yes, I am on IG. Let me see. I can actually just show you real quick. Want to follow on Instagram? You can follow me, Chicago _ crypto _ block or bully. This is the IG page. You see over here, and you're gonna get a number, nothing but updates, nothing but info, nothing but none of that, no ratchetness, no bullshit. Even when you see pictures like this, there's a message behind it. There's a message behind it. Even when you see pictures like that, huge message. It's one of my in fact, real quick. If this was that one, hold on, see. Yeah, so that real quick. This is a report that I think the year 6 down. Ounces of cocaine, fish scale was 500 to 600. 63s, which was 63 grams, were 1,100. Whole books of keys of cocaine was 16,000 and 24,000. Fast forward to today, 2018, 10 years later, ounces of kush of $150 to $200. Pounds going from 1,500 to 2,200. Ounces of coca, 1,000 to 1,000 to 1,200, probably higher now. 63s are anywhere from 2,000 to 2,400. And whole books were going anywhere from 35 to 40,000. So the weed game has lost over 60 to 75% of its street value. Pay attention, which means you have to ride around with 75% more bud than you had to 10 years ago to make the same amount of money. Pay attention to that. Look at the change now. Remember, 500 to 600 an ounce now is 150 to 200 an ounce. 500 to 600 an ounce, 150 to 200 an ounce. So if I was selling ounces for $600 and right now it's only $200 an ounce, I got to ride around with 3 more ounces to make the same amount of money I was 10 years ago. Let's keep going. The coke game is worse. It's been inflated over 60 to 75% over the original street value 10 years ago. So now you're spending up to 75% more money than you had to 10 years ago to make the same amount of money that you were 10 years ago. Do we understand that? If at one time I was paying 16 to 20,000, we'll say, for a whole, and I hate to use these analogies, but we're just speaking theoretical shits here. You know what I'm saying? I hate to use some, it don't matter. But you see the dilemma here? You see the dilemma here? It doesn't, from a financial standpoint, the shit doesn't make sense, in my opinion. I mean, if you got your own opinion on that, you can share it, but that's the type of content you get over here. I break everything down from a financial perspective. So yeah, if you want to follow me, Bitcoin Block Bully, Chicago crypto, blah blah blah. Let me see. Actually, no. Actually, my Wi-Fi is high. My Wi-Fi is actually not my Wi-Fi. It may be the amount of platforms that I have open right now. I got a couple of exchange markets also running in the background. But if it's breaking up, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. If it's breaking up, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. If it is breaking up, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Also, the shit I'm talking about, it ain't nothing for them to fuck up a connection. So I'm sharing some real pertinent information. Oh, you said I'm fine? Oh, okay. All right, never mind. Let me see. What was I going over there? What was we about? Oh, top 10 coins. Top 20 coins. Where'd I leave off at? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Well, it's damn near time for me to get out of here anyways. I got a 9 a.m. coming in. Real quick, let's take a look at the last 11. Cardano coming in. Well, first and foremost, we got a circulating market cap of 354 billion, 280 million, 329,354 dollars. We got a 24-hour volume of 27 billion. 749,905,988 dollars. BTC dominance right now is at a 65.42%. Coming in at number 11, you got Cardano trading at 7 cents, down 2.7%. You got Stellar Lumens coming in at 10 cents, down 1%. Monero coming in at $99, down 2.3%. Uno said Leo coming in at $1.53, down 0.8%. Dash coming in right now at $154, down 1.3%. Neo coming in at $17.19, down 1%. Chainlink coming in at $3.05. Wow. I hope y'all didn't get caught up in that pump. Down 3.18%. Cosmos coming in at $4.74, down 4.35%. Ethereum Classic coming in at 7.78%, down 1%. And one of the reasons that I didn't post like Chainlink while I was doing all that that historical rise, because I don't follow the herd. Everyone in the crypto space knew Chainlink was going on a bull run. Why should I have to say something? I try to bring information to y'all that you don't hear about. Not the same old coin that everyone's talking about, that everyone is, a lot of people probably FOMO'd into. In fact, let's take a look at Link real quick. Yep. Damn that. Yep, $5. Now you're down to $3. So your $5 went to $3. For every $5 you had, you lost $3. So right now, you lost $2. Right now, and decreasing. So let me see real quick. We have time to look at the biggest gainers, biggest losers. Bitcoin, all right, so these are your biggest losers right now. Oh shit, Bitcoin just went into the positive. Komodo coming down 10%, Solve, Ardor, Hashshare down 6%, MagSafe, Nano, Lisk is down 6%, GXC is down 5%, Dent's down 5%, Mixin's down 5%, Qtum's down 4.9%, Stratus is down 4.9%, IOST tokens down 4.8%. Lamb is down 4.6, Cosmos down 3.9, Raven, a sleeper, down 3.6, Ontology down 3.4. Or Knowles, who got a big back, and a lot of people are behind Knowles, down 3.3. Doesn't mean anything, though. I'm just letting you know they got a nice community. Chainlink is down 3%. Aurora, 2 cents right now, 2 pennies, down 3.20%. Waves, $1.81. Real tempting. Waves is real tempting right now, $1.81, down 2.8%. Let's take a look at the biggest gainers real quick. Up 44%. You got DGB Digibyte. Holy shit. And once again, we see what? That 4. Look at this. 3 and 1 is what? 4. 4, 4, 4, 44%. I can't make none of this shit up, family. Them 4s follow me like crazy. EGT, Walton Chain, XMAX, Grin is up 10%. Crow, Decreed, Rep, Hedge Coin. This is a sleeper. Mo man, I know you over there. Man, I know you good off this one. $7.37% gains once again. In fact, Mo, I'm about to hit your line as soon as I end. Well, no, I can't. I'm gonna call you after I'm done with this consultation. I'm gonna hit your line, Mo. All right, Law. Ren up 6.7%. Who I gave a little wink to not too long ago. We got Tezos up 6.41%. Who I will be showing individuals that are part of the DeFi group. I will be showing you how to actually grab Tezos on a synthetic form. I'm gonna be showing y'all how to grab synthetic Tezos and bet that to the upside. So with that being said, family, this has been a very, very good show of Coffee and Crypto in the AM with the Bitcoin Block Bully. Family, do we got any questions or comments in closing? I don't have time for any type of coin requests. In fact, I don't even have time for any type of questions. Family, if y'all like this, if y'all love this, if you can, please help and share this out. Please hit the like. Damn, I got 15 likes and I got 15 viewers. I ain't never had that before. Man, salute to everybody that gave that right there. It's my first time having this many viewers as well as that many thumbs up. So I thank everybody that's tuning in right now. Family, how was the show? Give me quick feedback. I got about 2 minutes. How was the show? Let me know how was the breaking up of it also. Let me know if that really really messed things up. Did it cut out a lot to whereas you weren't able to gain all the information that I was sharing? If you can, let me know within the last 2 minutes, last 1 minute. Let me see how we're looking over here on Facebook. Facebook may be over with. I don't even think Facebook is coming in. Let me see. Great presentation. No problems hearing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very informative. Thanks. No doubt. No doubt. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for tuning in. Sandy, who's that? Sandy Ali. Thank you. I think this is the first time I've seen you. Have a great day. I'm going off to have a great evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great show. All right, that's solid then. That's all I like to hear. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here, family. Y'all have a peaceful rest of the day. For those in the Bit Patreon group, I will be coming with an update video today. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here. Also, for those in the Bit Patreon, let me know if y'all want to do that collective. I'll talk to y'all. Let me know if y'all want to do that though.